Hey everyone, it's Mike again. And today we're talking about a topic that's crucial for anyone renting out property: the lease agreement. Whether you're a seasoned landlord or just starting out, having a rock-solid lease is non-negotiable. It's the document that outlines the entire landlord-tenant relationship and protects both parties from potential headaches down the road. Let's walk through the essential elements that every lease agreement should include. I'll share what I've learned about each component and why it's crucial. We're talking about the stuff they don't always teach you in those get-rich-quick real estate seminars. This isn't just about protecting your investment, it's also about establishing clear expectations with your tenants right from the start. So, let's dive in and make sure you've got all your bases covered. First things first, you have to make sure the lease clearly identifies the property being rented. We're talking the complete address, including the unit number if it's an apartment building. And don't forget to be super specific about the legal names of everyone involved. Early in my landlord journey, I learned the hard way that it's crucial to include every single adult occupant on the lease. This might seem obvious, but trust me, it's a lifesaver if you ever run into issues down the line. Having all tenants legally responsible gives you recourse if things go south. Remember, clarity is key. You want to avoid any ambiguity about who's responsible for the rent, who's allowed to live there, and who you can hold accountable if something goes wrong. Think of this section like the foundation of your lease. Gotta get it right. Next up, let's nail down the lease term. Clearly state the start and end dates of the rental agreement. Don't leave any room for interpretation. For renewals, specify if it's automatic or month-to-month. I prefer a month-to-month switch after the initial term. This offers flexibility and stability. Balance your needs with fairness to tenants. All right, let's talk money. This section is all about spelling out the nitty-gritty of the rent payments. You need to specify the exact amount of rent due each month, and more importantly, when it's due. Be crystal clear about acceptable payment methods too. Are you okay with checks, online transfers, money orders, or bank deposits? I do not recommend accepting cash, but if you do, please make sure to write up a receipt and have the tenant sign it as to acknowledge how much was paid, when and for what month. Lay it all out in the lease to avoid any confusion. Now, let's talk late fees. It's a good idea to include a grace period. My leases consider rent late after the 5th day of the month, but make it crystal clear that the late fee kicks in automatically after that grace period ends. Trust me, having this clearly outlined in the lease can save you a lot of headaches and potential disputes down the road. Security deposit, protecting your investment. The security deposit, your safety net for any potential damages beyond normal wear and tear. It's crucial to specify the exact amount of the deposit and what it covers. Don't just write damages, be specific. List out things like unpaid rent, repairs beyond normal wear and tear, or even cleaning costs if the tenant leaves the place a mess. Now here's where it gets important. Clearly outline the conditions for returning the security deposit. I always include language about conducting a move-out inspection within a reasonable time frame and providing the tenant with an itemized list of any deductions. Remember, each state has its own laws regarding security deposit returns, so make sure you're familiar with the regulations in your area. This is about protecting yourself legally and being fair to your tenants. Utilities and additional fees. No surprises. Nobody likes hidden fees, right? That's why it's crucial to be upfront about which utilities the tenant is responsible for, and any additional fees that might apply. We're talking about things like water, electricity, gas, trash, internet, you name it. Be specific. In fact, I learned the hard way that it's even a good idea to list the utility companies and account transfer requirements. And don't forget about any other fees like pet rent, parking fees, or amenity charges. The more transparent you are upfront, the smoother the rental experience will be for everyone involved. Remember, clarity equals peace of mind. Maintenance responsibilities preventing future headaches. Okay, let's talk maintenance. This section is all about defining who's responsible for what. Clearly outline which maintenance tasks fall on the tenant and which ones are your responsibility as the landlord. For example, tenants should be responsible for things like basic cleaning, replacing light bulbs, and reporting any maintenance issues promptly. On the flip side, you're typically responsible for major repairs like plumbing, electrical, or HVAC systems. I always make sure to include language that emphasizes the importance of tenants reporting maintenance issues immediately. This helps prevent small problems from snowballing into major and expensive headaches down the road. Remember, a well-maintained property benefits everyone. Occupancy and guest policies. Setting boundaries. Let's talk about occupancy and guests. Set clear boundaries to protect your property and neighbors. Specify the maximum number of occupants based on local ordinances. Include a clause for guests staying over 14 days requiring approval. This prevents unauthorized long-term occupants. It's about setting expectations and protecting your investment. Ensure all tenants feel safe and respected. Address these points clearly to prevent conflicts and maintain harmony. So there you have it, the essential components of a rock-solid lease agreement. By including these elements and being crystal clear in your language, you're setting yourself up for a much smoother rental experience. Remember, a well-drafted lease protects both you and your tenants. It sets clear expectations, minimizes the potential for misunderstandings, and provides a legal framework for resolving any issues that may arise. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on real estate investing, personal finance, and building a solid financial future.